Yo, what's poppin'? It's a hyphenate. Welcome back to another episode of the Down Me Podcast. Today's special guest is an iconic skater who's been killing the game for years, still dropping bangers consistently to this day. Today's special guest, Moose. What's poppin', bro?
What's going on, man?
We met a couple years ago.
No.
I think we connected on social media, and then I had a skateboarding gaming show that I had you come on.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
We played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and I still have that raw episode. Actually, I'm going to repurpose it and re-upload it soon to the gaming channel. It was fun.
Oh, man, I sucked. I did so bad.
Did you? I don't remember.
I just tripped out on how good you were. You're like fucking amazing, dude. And I'm just like over here thinking like, yeah, anyways.
Well, I could never get to the levels of skating that you got in physical form, so I had to get good at the game. Yeah, so I was like, oh man, I'll get as good as Moose in the game.
Nah.
You have dropped some banger parts.
Thanks, man.
You're currently skating for Mystery.
Yeah, I have a full mystery part.
How often are you skating right now?
Seriously, yeah, like probably like twice a week. What I like to do, I mean, I'm getting older, you know what I mean? I'll skate my hardest one day, give myself 2 days of rest, and I'll skate again hard, and then I'll give myself like 3 days of rest. Just, yeah, that's the continuous little cycle I got going on.
And about how many hours do you think that you skate in those
The
2
day?
hours? Like when you do your 2 days of skating per week.
I mean, per day, I skate all day.
So all day.
Till my body can't go anymore.
Damn.
That's why I need the 2 days of rest afterward.
Yeah.
So
you're going ham.
yeah. And then the days I don't skate, I'm just eating healthy, working out, jacuzzi, doing whatever I can to make sure my body can heal.
Years have you been skating in total now, do you think?
Damn. That's a good one. I want to say like 17 or 18.
Being a little bit older, all this time, doing the full day skating twice, what's the recovery process for your body? Like, do you feel really sore, really beat up? Or are you doing it so consistently within that schedule that you have that it doesn't beat you up that much?
It's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't lie. I'll go out and have a beer or two with my homies and stuff. But I've had months where I don't do any of that at all.
Yeah.
And I could skate for so long, dude. Like more. In fact, I could skate 3 days out of the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like all it really is getting older is like the healing process just takes longer.
Right.
You get more sore. For longer. You
Yeah.
know, and then like I could still skate and do all the tricks and whatever. I could jump downstairs and all that. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, you just get more sore. So you got to like really make sure, take care of what you eat. Pay attention to like recovery stuff, stretching, like I said, jacuzzi.
Yeah.
And if I don't do those things, then I skate like crap, like complete crap.
So you're really in tune with like how to optimize your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, because every time I've heard you talk about stuff like that, you seem to overall be really healthy with your lifestyle.
Yeah. I try to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like it helps, dude. Like I don't know if you knew this, but I was like an alcoholic about like 4 years ago, and I got out of it. And
You stopped drinking 4 years ago, or 4 years ago you were in the prime of that situation?
yeah, pretty much. And then I stopped.
Okay.
And like, I stopped cold turkey for a little bit, and my body just came back to normal. Dude, it was crazy because like I tried to do a kickflip and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like it was really, really hard. And then as I stopped, every week it just got better and better and better and better. And I'm just
As you stopped drinking.
yeah, that's all it was, dude. That was like my issue.
It's not like riding a bike.
No.
You can't just pick it up where like
Nah.
years later and it's all good. Like, nah, you have to relearn like the foot placement, that small amount of difference that you have to like remember exactly where to put it and how to flick your leg. Like that takes time.
Dude, for real, man. Like my knees would hurt and all that. And then after I started getting better, I was just like, man, we'll take it to the next level. I started eating good, vegetables, healthy, smoothies every day, all that stuff. And then little by little, I started doing the recovery process, the whole jacuzzi, stretching, you know what I mean, foam rolling, all that stuff. And it just gets better and better, bro. Even till this day, like I feel my body improving more and more every week,
It's amazing. It's interesting that now, barely more recently, we're starting to see really more health conscious skateboarders. But before, skateboarding was just like so raw, so rough. Like it wasn't like other professional sports where you have like the trainers, you have the nutrition, you have the this and that, and a lot of skaters are not aware of how to optimize their body to maintain longer periods of high level skating.
Yeah.
And I feel like still seeing you skate, man, you're still skating at a very high level, very technical.
I try.
Yeah. And you're still able to jump down things. How old are you right now?
I'm 33.
Before, I feel like skaters' lifespans were shorter.
Yeah.
But I feel like now with people like you and that are taking their health more seriously, like the longevity has just expanded a lot more.
Yeah.
It's dope to see, man. It's beautiful to see.
Yeah, I mean, all it is it's just more popular now. You know, there's more money involved. Like, parents are seeing that, like, oh shit, like they can really make a living off this.
Yep.
So it's like, let's, you know, it just got more important, I suppose. You know.
Yeah. You would say you were fully an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And what did you always drink? Kind of like growing up, you know, when you started.
You know,
like in your late teens or early 20s?
Yeah, the first time I ever had a drop of alcohol was when I was 21.
Okay.
And I got peer pressured into it. I didn't even want to. I had I had no like desire whatsoever to even try or anything. Like I just didn't care. And then I was in a toxic relationship, and this girl just like, come on, drink. And I'm just like, fuck.
So she was a heavy drinker?
She was a partier for sure.
And so when you were in a relationship with her in the beginning, you were still not drinking?
Not at all.
But she would drink.
She would drink all the time. Yeah, I was sober, man. Like I grew up skating with like older cats and all that stuff, and they would take me to parties, sober, completely sober. They would try to peer pressure me too, and I just like, I don't care, man.
What was your reasoning to not intake any substances like that at that age?
Honestly, I think what got me into not wanting to do it at all was just seeing my dad grow up. He was like a raging alcoholic, and
really?
Yeah, and I saw how crazy he would get with my mom, my sisters, and all this shit. Wake up in the morning with holes in the wall, and he wouldn't even remember what happened. You know what I mean? And then like he quit, and then I just saw like how much better his life became. Like everyone started talking to him again. Like he was looking happier.
And he lived with you guys still. Throughout the whole process.
Through everything, yeah. And like everything just got so much better once he quit, you know. And then me seeing that at a young age, like seeing how much he hurt my mom, my sisters, and all that stuff, and seeing how much he changed, that kind of always kept me from even wanting to go near it. Like. Never got tempted. Like,
so as long as you can remember, he was already drinking and already that
every day,
lifestyle
man.
From when you were like your first memories.
Oh yeah.
And then how many years until, like, how old were you when he stopped?
I must have been like 14.
I think. So a good chunk of your life already, like very impressionable years. Yeah. Already being close to a young man at 14, man, that's crazy. So so you saw how destructive it was, and that made you like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
It sucks that you had to endure all those years where, you know, his behavior was pretty volatile. But for you to be able to take that, because it's very easy for some people to see a certain type of behavior and then adapt it to themselves. Like, oh, that's just normal. I'll do it too.
Yeah. But I mean, that's where my sisters come in, because they were always the ones fighting my dad and telling me like, don't be like that, blah, blah, blah. Like he'd tell me stuff. Like I remember one time he told me, like, where I was watching skate videos, I came in the living room all faded. And I was just like, Dad, look, I want to do that when I grow up. And he's just like, you can't do that. You'll never be able to do that. And my sister was sitting next to me, and then she could see I started crying, and like he walks away and he's like, don't listen to him. You can fucking do whatever you want. You want to be a pro skater? You could do it. And it was always that like voice that like brought me back up.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? And like, so it wouldn't have worked out if it was just, say, my dad and me. You know what I mean? Because I had my sisters there, and like, and they're older, you know, they got the heat of it all because they were like 18, 19 through it all.
They had it really tough.
Yeah, but they also like defended me and like kept me like shielded, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, that's incredible to have that positive influence even through all that chaos.
Yeah.
So how old were you when that happened? Do you remember?
I must have been like, I just started skating, so I was probably like 11 or 12.
As you started skating and started progressing, did you ever like have that in the back of your mind, like him saying like, you can't do this?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all the freaking time, man. There was a big chunk of like time where I just want to prove him wrong. Like, and even when he quit drinking, like my dad's just super old school Mexican, you know?
Yeah.
And like he to him, skateboarding, and my mom, like it just like, you can't, there's no money in there. There's no point. Like you're wasting your time. And they would constantly tell me. I had my dad break my board one time because he didn't want me to skate. And this is how beautiful and how much I love my sister, because when he did that, she went to the store, and she was working at Taco Bell at the time, had like barely making any money, you know? She went to the store, bought me a brand new complete, and hid it in her room. And she's like, when my dad goes to work, go in my room, grab it, go skate. Come back before he gets off work and hide it in the room, all right? Just so you can go skate. And I was just like, man, like, I owe my sister my life, man. She's fucking awesome. But yeah.
Wow, man. That's so incredible to hear, man.
I would have gotten into drugs, been a gangbanger, or just been real fat playing video games.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
And so then that kind of put a chip on your shoulder to be like, all right, I'm gonna show you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It always motivated me, man. And then when I finally actually started getting some paychecks, that's when they were like, oh, fuck, like, oh my God, like, what do I got to do to support you? How can I help you, son? Blah, blah, blah. And like in my head, I'm just like, whatever, bro. But at the same time, it's nicer than, getting like put down all the time.
Yeah. You finally started getting some support.
Yeah.
But yeah, so internally you have like this like in your face, fool. Like, did you ever kind of like throw it in his face a little bit like that? Like, hey, like, I
couldn't
told you.
do that because
No?
I guess, yeah, I did. I did one time, yeah, but not in like in a mean way or anything.
Do you remember?
I don't. I just know I did.
Yeah.
I know I did.
When you first started making money off skateboarding, where did that come from? From which, was it a specific sponsor? Was it from...
I think it was the first money I ever got was like a photo ran in the magazine. So
Sick.
I was still like just getting flowed and stuff, but like I did a sick trick and I think it was an audio ad and they threw it on there and like just because I had the logo showing and everything, they're like, oh, here's $200. And I'm like, damn, $200. Like,
Damn, that's sick.
I was so hyped.
How old were you? Do you remember?
Damn, I must have been like 17 or 18, something like that.
Yeah. Going through high school this whole time, were you doing decent in school or were you just like focused so much on skateboarding that school was kind of like an afterthought?
I mean, I wasn't failing, but I DC's everything.
Yeah.
And then I had an A in physical therapy, or not physical therapy, fucking
PE?
PE, yeah.
What was the first sponsor you ever got?
Momentum Board Shop. It was a local skate shop. Yeah, I remember I was skating at Oxnard Skate Park, and there was a dude that actually worked at the shop. I forget his name, man. It bums me out, but the owner came by and he was just like watching, and the dude came up to me and he's like, dude, that's the owner of Momentum. Like, just start skating your hardest right now. I'm gonna go talk to him. And I'm like, all right. So I started just like doing and it was crazy too because I just for some reason that day I was just landed everything first try. Boom, 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 boom. Was so like motivated. So he starts watching me and then he calls me over and I was just like, he's like, dude, like, hey, I got this shop, blah, blah, blah. How'd you like to ride for us? Whatever. And I was just hyped. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Was there any pay involved or just getting product? Boards or discounts?
He gave me one free board and like one free shirts and blah, blah, blah. And after that, it was just discounts.
Discounts, yeah. What was like, you would say the first like legit sponsor that kind of like, oh, damn, like things are actually starting to happen now?
Yeah, that was Audio, Bones, and Hurley. I got on it all at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So the owner of Momentum Shop is actually Curran Capel's dad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like he would take his son to all these contests, and like one day he took me to Dam Am in Costa Mesa.
Yeah.
And we went over there, and like I wasn't gonna skate or anything. I just went to watch, and he told me to get a sponsor me video, basically all set up and whatever. So he brought a copy with him. We get there, and he shows like current sponsors basically, and I guess they all liked the video. So since then, they're just like, yeah, we'll put him on.
I first heard about you when you started blowing up through Deathwish. When you got on, and then I still have the DVD to this day, the Deathwish video. How did that come about?
Buster Bale.
Which you did, which is a huge contest thrown by Thrasher, was it?
Yeah.
Thrasher. And it was, how many stairs was it?
17.
Damn, that thing was massive. And that was a session.
Yeah.
That was a session. It was a contest where everyone was just skating that and that only. I remember you did a back 360.
Yeah.
That was insane. Like the way you floated and everything, it was madness. I remember just seeing how hyped everyone was too. Like the crowd just went wild.
Yeah, dude. That was like one of those moments that you just...
So at that point, you didn't have a board sponsor yet?
No. So at the time, I was writing for this company called Alliance Skateboards, owned by this dude, Daxter Lucier. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's like an older skater.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was flowing me decks and went to the contest. Ended up going out there with the Bones team, and like we just went to watch. And like Jake Phelps, like before the contest started, he basically was just like, if anybody out there can jump down these stairs, you're in the contest too.
Oh, snaps.
And like everyone just started pushing me like back three it. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. He's like, all right, fuck it. I'll try kickflip. You know what I mean? Why not? So I go up there and I just start flinging kickflips, and like getting kind of close. I stick a few, slip out. And then after a minute, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to go for back three.
You quit the kickflip.
Yeah, I never landed it. I was just like, fuck it. Just back three it,
Well, you already knew that was going to be bigger and you had those on lock at that time?
Yeah. So I went and just started trying it. And like at first, I wasn't even getting close, bro. I'm just spinning in the air,
Yeah.
And then I actually stick one and slip out. I'm like, oh, fuck, I think I got this.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm just like, get up there. And I'm just like, I know I'm going to do it at that point once I stuck it, And what people don't know too is like when I was trying it, like the stairs so narrow,
Extremely narrow.
that like I was about to like land on the rail like a bunch of times. Like
Wow. Damn.
so on one of
that
the
would've
tries,
been-
I get like an inch away and it scares the fuck out of me. So I'm just like, all right, I'm like I didn't intentionally try to go over the rail. I just went extra fast just in case I
Yeah.
went over it. You know what I mean? I could clear it, and by some miracle, I actually pulled it off.
Yeah. Crowd goes wild. Now, what's the response? Did like people come up to you afterwards and like,
Dude, I mean, I remember it perfectly. After that, I'm just like, all right, I'm done. I walked away and just started watching the rest of the contest, and I was still
so you
like,
didn't even keep skating it. You just
I was done.
You were one and
Like,
done. Yeah.
I didn't know what else to try. I'm like, so after the contest, I was just like fanning out on all the pros. Like
Yeah.
that was the first contest I ever got to skate with pros.
Yeah.
You know? So after the contest is over, I'm going up to everybody, just like, hey, can I get a photo with you? I went up to Corey Duffel, I went to P Rod, you know, fucking.
How old were you at the time?
I think I was 19 when I did that. Yeah. And I remember I went up to P Rod and I'm like, hey man, can I get a photo with you? He's like, I should be getting a photo with you, man. That back three was crazy. And I'm like, oh fuck.
That's sick. That's so sick.
Oh, man. But,
That's epic.
yeah, so 2 weeks after the contest, I went with the Bones team. We were passing through Hollywood High, and we were all burnt. We skated all day, and everyone just wanted to go look at it. You know, let's go look at the 16. I was like, all right, let's go check it out. So we get there, and then Andrew Reynolds just happens to be barrel heeling it. Like,
Oh,
boom,
wow.
trying. And we're just like, oh, fuck. We just sat down and started watching. He lands it, whatever, and then like he's done. And we're like, all right, let's go up. I will go up the stairs just to look at it, you know? I'm checking out the stairs, and he looks at me. He's like, hey, aren't you Moose? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, remember me, man? We skated Buster Bale. Remember? And I was like, yeah, back three there, and blah, blah, blah. He's like, small talk. And he's like, cool, man. He's like, hey, bro, like, check this out. Tell me what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you'd like to watch the full length, go to Doubt Me's YouTube channel. We'll be leaving a link in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed.